Daniel Dubois did an interview on Sky Sport, I believe it was yesterday, and he was asked by the presenter, does he feel like he's the underdog going into this fight against Oleksandr Usyk? And Daniel Dubois gave a very interesting response to that. I want you to listen up to Daniel Dubois' response. Check it out.
Do you see yourself as the favourite, as the champion, or do you still have that underdog siege mentality?
Underdog all the way. So it's been the story of my career, so I'm going to keep that mindset. I'm an underdog for life, and I'm just going to keep breaking, people's hearts, their haters' hearts, and keep proving them wrong.
Listen, Daniel Dubois gave a very interesting response in that interview when he was asked about him being the underdog. Listen, he sees himself as the underdog going into this fight. And for me, personally, just like what he said there, I agree with a lot of the things that Daniel Dubois said. And what I'm going to add to that is that there's nothing wrong like seeing yourself as the underdog or being the underdog, because if anything, that just gives you an extra incentive. Do you know what I mean? That just fuels your energy. It gives you more determination to go in there and prove people wrong. Because listen, let's be real, man. Even me, come on, man. I'm the realest in the game, man. I keep it real, man. Even me, I've given Daniel Dubois some hard time. Do you know what I mean? Especially when he went MIA against Joseph Parker. Do you know? Remember Daniel Dubois, like he pulled out the fight against Joseph Parker, then he went missing in action for like 3-4 months. Nobody heard from him. There was no explanation, nothing. The guy just disappeared from the face of the earth. Like for me, I believe, me personally, I thought, you know what, that's not how a champion behaves. Do you know what I mean? A champion, you face up to the fans and you tell the fans exactly what's going on. Do you know what I mean? Especially, I didn't agree the way his whole team were going on. Uncle Frank, Con Charles. Do you know what I mean? I didn't like the way the whole team was moving. So I had to give them some smoke. You know what I mean? But you know what? That's in the past. We move on. I ain't got nothing personal against Daniel Dubois. I like the guy. Do you know what I mean? He's made some mistakes. He's quit a few times, but you know what? He's come back and he's proved himself. Do you know what I mean? So that's all in the past. It's cool. We move on. But listen, him seeing himself as the underdog, like I said, he's only just going to fuel his energy. Yeah, he's going to make him more determined to go out there and prove people wrong. And listen, a lot of people are doubting Dubois in these fights. Me personally, I have Oleksandr Usyk as the favorite, but not a big favorite though. I'm not going to say Oleksandr Usyk is big favorite. I still believe Oleksandr Usyk is going to win simply because he's got a better ring IQ. Do you know what I mean? Oleksandr Usyk controls his ring generalship is much better than Daniel Dubois. His boxing skills are much better than Daniel Dubois. Oleksandr Usyk doesn't really get hit clean to the head, which Daniel Dubois is going to have to do if he wants to impact and change the direction of the fight. I don't think Daniel Dubois will be able to catch Oleksandr Usyk as clean as he did Anthony Joshua, because Oleksandr Usyk, with over 350 amateur fights here, the guy is a seasoned vet. Like the guy, there's nothing new that Oleksandr Usyk hasn't seen on this green earth. Do you know what I mean? But there's always a big but, Daniel Dubois is the younger man, 27 years old. He has got the power. Do you know what I mean? Daniel Dubois is in great form, sparking AJ out. He finished Felix Hergovic and he finished Gerald the Baby Miller. So on that, if you're going on that form, on the current form of Daniel Dubois, yes, it's going to cause problems for Oleksandr Usyk. We have to keep it real. But at the same time, I like that underdog mentality, that siege mentality that Daniel Dubois is bringing. Do you know what I mean? He almost feels like in that interview, as I listened to him, because during that interview, he just finished sparring. So he was sparring. Obviously, they didn't show the sparring, but he finished sparring, come out. That's why you see he's sweating and all that, I like the fact that he's looking at people like, yo, you guys are disrespecting me, man. What more do you want me to do? Like I sparked at age in front of 86,000, What more do you want me to do? What more do you want me to prove? Like, do you know what I mean? Daniel Dubois almost feels like the world is against him. Do you know what I mean? When he was speaking in that interview, it feels like people still looking down on him. People still don't respect Daniel Dubois as the real champion. Do you know what I mean? Most of it is his own doing. Do you know what I mean? Most of it, I blame his team. Do you know what I mean? For mismanaging him, for the miscommunication. You know, the whole team they had a lot of opportunities to address certain situations and they didn't. Do you know what I mean? Then they came back and clapping back at people, making allegations and stuff like that. It just made people kind of turn off Daniel Dubois. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like I blame his team. I don't really blame Daniel Dubois that much because if you look at Daniel Dubois, he's not really a media type of guy. He's not like an AJ, Tyson Fury, like even Oleksandr Usyk. He's not really like a people's person. He don't come across to me as the people's person. Do you know what I mean? He comes more like an introvert. Do you know what I mean? So for Daniel Dubois, for him, it's all about structure. Do you know what I mean? Having a managerial structure, people around him that can really work on his communication so he can get better communicating with the fans. And if he communicates better with the fans, bring the fans closer to him, make that type of connection, then he's going to feel more love in it. But for now, I don't feel like Daniel Dubois is feeling any love. So he's a bit pissed off about that. Do you know what I mean? Because I didn't think, like, okay, now let me say this. I don't personally think that Daniel Dubois in his head sees himself as the underdog. I think he's just trying to project what people outside are saying, the noise from outside. A lot of people see him as the underdog. So he's like, you know what? I'm just going to adapt that same mindset that, you know what I mean? Whatever people are saying about me, I'm the underdog. Oleksandr Usyk is this guy, is that good. So Dubois is like, you know what? F it. I'm going to adapt that same mindset. Do you know what I mean? But instead of that mindset of the underdog putting doubt in my mind, no, I'm going to use it to fuel me. I'm going to use it as energy. Do you know what I mean? All that hate that I'm getting, I'm just going to use it as energy to go in there and absolutely blow this guy away. And I like that. You know what I mean? I like that mentality. Daniel Dubois, keep that same energy because you're going to need it if you're going to dethrone one of the greatest fighters of all time, because that's what Oleksandr Usyk is. Listen, you're talking about a guy who's been undisputed cruiserweight, undisputed heavyweight. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to be a small matter. This ain't no bread and butter type of shit that you're going to go in there, yeah, and just blow Usyk away. It's not going to happen. Do you know what I mean? Like Daniel Dubois is going to need all the energy. He's going to need all the effort, heart, blood, sweat, and tears. He's going to have to go through trials and tribulations. He's going to have to suffer in that ring if he wants to dethrone the great Oleksandr Usyk, man. Do you know what I mean? And if Daniel Dubois feels like he has to adapt that underdog mentality, that siege mentality, is me against the world. If that's gonna help him win, to go in there and absolutely leave everything in the ring and get the win, I'm happy, man. Go ahead, man. Think like that, man. There's nothing wrong with that. For me personally, there's absolutely nothing wrong with adopting that underdog mentality, that siege mentality. Do you know what I mean? It's us, it's me against the world, and I'm going to prove to these guys. Do you know what I mean? I think Daniel Dubois just wants that respect from everyone, especially the fans, especially people in the media. I think the fighters respect each other anyway. Just to get in the ring, you have to respect each other. But Daniel Dubois, he's craving for that. What do you feel it? Gratification, not self-gratification, but he wants gratification from other people. Do you know what I mean? He wants to be admired like someone like a Tyson Fury or even an Anthony Joshua. He don't feel like he gets that. Do you know what I mean? That's why I feel like he's talking like this in interviews. Do you know what I mean? But listen, all the best. We're going to be back with more videos and we're going to be breaking down as the fight gets closer. I mean, we're going to do analysis, fight breakdowns and everything. So make sure you stay tuned. Listen, my people, let me know all your thoughts in the comments. Let's have a conversation. Let's have debates. Let's talk about it, man. Say whatever you want in the comments. I read them and I respond to them all day long. But once again, my people, thank you so much for watching EMGM Sports. It's me, your boy Enzo. Please don't forget to smash the like button. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe because that's the only way you're going to help us to grow. I'll be back real soon with another one. Until then, stay blessed, my people. Peace.